everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And today I'm back and we're taking a look at the brand new Ghostbusters Proton Blaster mod from Hasbro. And this is one item I've been really curious about since it was first shown in early 2020. Right now we've got the blaster up on your screen in the packaging. And as you're taking a look at right here, the actual blaster mod, it looks like it's in three main pieces. You get the main blue body, which is your Neutrino wand, and then there's also an additional yellow and then silver piece. And the whole gimmick with this Proton Blaster mod as they call it on the packaging, is that on the main blue body you can swap out that yellow and silver piece and you can make your own unique ghost busting equipment. In fact, on the back box art here, it does give you a pretty good idea as to what you can do with this Proton Blaster. Now when you get the blaster out of the packaging here, there's a little bit of assembly required. There's a big red button here that looks like it kind of came out of the real Ghostbusters animated series, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach that right in there. Okay, so I got the red button in there. From there, we also have this separate piece, which is kind of like some of the side buttons on the Proton Blaster there, so we'll just kind of put that in there. So detail-wise for a kid's toy, this actually looks really good. You can see with the sculpting, we got like some of the buttons, the meters, the vents, and everything on the wand. Now with that being said, you've likely already noticed there's two gray switches there. And I know at home right now you're like, Jason, hit those switches, turn this thing on, I want to see what it looks like. Well, okay, hit those switches. They do nothing. Those switches are 100% just for show. Of course, there is a power button, and we're going to get to that here in a second, but let's also talk about a few more details of this blaster. You can see the one handle actually does feature caution striping, which it looks like Hasbro's taken some creative liberties here because I've not seen caution striping like this from a Ghostbusters Afterlife Proton pack just yet. As well, I love that they included the smaller rendition of a clipboard. There's no label or anything, but you know, Ghostbuster fans, they know it's there. Now talking about labels, more importantly talking about stickers, we do have the Ghostbusters logo on the side of the wand. As well, on the other side, you will see one of the side discs and once again, that big red button we just attached. Now taking a look at the underside of the Proton Blaster, you will see some sculpted detail like a track and also a V-hook. Now those are 100% just for show, but I do appreciate that Hasbro did go the extra mile here. Now for size comparison, here is the brand new Ghostbusters Proton Blaster mod from Hasbro next to Hasbro's other offering, the Spangler Neutrino wand from Ghostbusters Afterlife. And this is really just to compare sizing here, because one of these is a toy for a kid, another is a toy for an adult. Now this Proton Blaster does feature both lights and sounds, and as I mentioned earlier, these switches, they're not going to provide you with those lights and sounds. Instead, the actual power button is hidden back here on this rear grip. So all we got to do is put a little bit of pressure on it, and there we go. And if you hit that button again, you're going to hear the Proton stream. Oh, as well, a little white light does appear at the tip here, and if you hold down the power button for too long, eventually this Proton wand is going to overheat. There you go. Now if you're patient and you let the wand idle for a bit, you're going to hear a little surprise. Did you hear that? That was a ghost. I also want to point out when you do hear the ghost noises, the tip of the wand does light up as well. And right now I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait and see if we can actually hear a ghost because I'm going to try and zap it. You hear that? We got the ghost entangled in the Proton stream. We got him. We got him, and we zapped that ghost. Now let's start modifying this Proton Blaster here. So as I've already mentioned, it does include like this large yellow piece, and this actually just snaps right onto the front there. And you can actually hear the actual Proton Blasters now is emitting a different... It's emitting a different noise. As well, you can hear all those ghosts. And I'm going to wait to see if we can hear another one, and I'm going to try and zap it this time. Oh! I think we got one. And let's... Did you hear that? I actually heard the ghost inside the blaster. That was so cool. Now you may have already noticed that there's like this little bit of like green light that emits out of this area here. Well, that's Slimer. And if you want to see Slimer, it's really easy to do so. All you got to do is just rotate that barrel. And there... Whoa, there he is. And now that Slimer's on the loose, let's see if we can capture him. So to remove this piece, it's really easy. Just apply a little bit of pressure, pull it off there. There we go. And then we've got this piece that we're going to attach to it, which is silver in color. Almost looks like something that came out of like Ghostbusters Answer the Call. When you fire this one off, of course, there is a bit of a light show that takes place on the inside. As well, it also does feature unique audio. Now, much like the other attachment, we're going to wait and see if we can hear a ghost. And if so, there it is. Now, once again, this is the Proton Blaster mod, the Proton Blaster M.O.D. And with that, the whole gimmick is that you can modify this thing. And not only can you add attachments to the front, you can also add attachments to the back and also the side. So if you want, let's go ahead and attach the yellow piece right in there. And then let's grab the silver piece, pop it on top. There we go. This seems like something out of like a sci-fi movie, like Aliens or something like that. As well, you can also attach stuff to the back end. So let's go ahead and attach that piece. And for whatever reason, let's attach this piece to the side. And then we're actually busting ghosts in this direction now, which is kind of weird. But to me, my favorite M.O.D. is really just making a super long proton blaster, a super long neutrino wand. Now, if you'd like to go ahead and pick up your very own Ghostbusters Proton Blaster mod, we've got links down below in this video's description. Click it and, well, snag yourself one of these, or snag that junior Ghostbuster in your life one of these. And that does it for this one. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. A link to that can be found right down below in the description. And I'll see everybody right back here next time.
Here to diverse the groupies, the everyman took a job, means you. The atomic with a couple 58.9. Free floating apparition, don't you waste my time. Look into the traps across the streams that owe you.